Hello, hello, hello. Why am I in a circle? Hello, welcome, queens and kings. Welcome to the queendom. Let me figure out why I'm in a circle. There we go. And we're going to get started. I think I like this one better. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I do know what I'm doing. Welcome to the live tonight. And we're going to talk about love and marriage. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about Married to Medicine um, in their episode that just came on this week. I thought it was a great episode. It was, what they normally do: fuss and fight. The ladies always get together so they can fuss and fight. But other than that, it was a great episode. Child, I have gotten ready for bed. I got my eye patches on. I've been drinking too many sodas, and it is beginning to show up on my face. So I'm intentionally drinking water tonight. Because I like to have a little Coca-Cola every now and then, and Cokes always break me out. Good evening, Symmetry. Thanks for joining the live. So we're gonna get started. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. We are on the road to getting my first 1,000, and I would love to have your help if you're available to help me. And we're going to use the fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use Section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today we're going to be doing some commentary, some criticism, and all, and probably no news reporting because I don't have anything to report other than some commentary, and maybe a little bit of education, but a whole lot of criticism is what we're going to do tonight. So welcome on in. Come on in, take your shoes off, relax. If you're riding home from work, cut the radio up, and let's just talk about it. This is Married to Medicine Review, season 12, episode number 5. And the title of this episode is called Baggage Check. I thought it was a great episode. Again, as I said, of course, when ladies get together, they get to fighting, this, arguing, fussing. But I think that if you really paid attention to the episode, this episode was telling about some of the dynamics of the Harris household. I won't tell them all, but we're going to definitely talk about it, okay? We're going to definitely talk about it. Good evening, Living For Me. Thanks for joining the live. Good evening, Pretty Riri Speaks. Thanks for coming in. We're definitely going to talk about those dynamics because I feel like the dynamics of the Harris household are, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they're probably more than most people would expect in a regular household. Y'all, I have a cold. Something's coming on. I did read an article the other day that cedar allergies are really, really high today. And well, they've been high for the last week. And so I don't know. I'm allergic to cedar. I'm allergic to a lot of trees. So I don't know what it is, but it got me all stopped up. Not only me, my kids, we're all stopped up around, and they don't all live in the same house. But every one of us got some type of stop up. Let me get a sip of water. All right, let's dive on into the episode. This episode opens up with Toya at home, and she looks like she's in her closet, moving around or doing something. And Eugene calls her. I guess I don't know if they have an intercom or if he calls her on her cell phone, and he asks her to come downstairs. He says, come downstairs, come to the basement so they could play some pool. And she asked him to write her a doctor's note. She was trying to be funny. Eugene has made margaritas, and she comes on down. I don't know if they have an elevator, but I believe they do have an elevator. But she comes down, comes out this door, and he tells her, he's sitting down. He tells her, yes, a margarita waiting on her. He made a margarita. And he opens up with an apology. He says he misjudged what the party meant to her. And then he proceeds to blame the ladies for Toya not feeling safe within the group. And I thought that was kind of weird, because why wouldn't you blame Toya? Why would you blame Toya for what she's done? We just gonna she's gonna be innocent. It's everybody else's fault. Toya said that Eugene looked at her like she was one of them. And I thought, girl, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Um, Toya said that she wanted to know when she had became one of them. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about, girl, because I'm not understanding you with one of them. That they should have made her break that down. Because this is almost as though she's put herself in a class, being classism. Toy said that she should be able to say to Eugene for him to be a man. Eugene tells her it was the way that she said it and it was hurtful. Tori responds with that is that's how I talk. Not I'm sorry that I hurt you. She said, baby, that's just how I talk. You gonna have to get over it. That's what it sounds like to me. Hey, that's me, AD. Thanks for joining the live. Um, when she said that's how I talk, I thought, wow, girl. G said he didn't like it when Toy's friends talked about him. And you could tell that probably is something that bothers him because later when he's talking to the men, I think he felt kind of slighted because the men kind of agree with what the women were saying in not so many words, but I believe that the guys kind of agree with the way that Toya treats Eugene that is not seemly, and then the guys they said it, she talks to you kind of crazy. She said Toya is like a bull in a china shop. She definitely is. Pretty Riri. When I tell you she is just I don't know. I don't think there's any mounting her or curving her or getting her to even see her wrong um in what she does because she took zero accountability in that conversation with Eugene. Toya did say she should not have been arguing with Eugene or anyone else. And she's right. Because if you're throwing a dinner party, there was definitely no reason for you to be arguing with anybody. It was a beautiful party. People were there, they were enjoying themselves, and you ruined the party. You yourself ruined the party. She did it all by herself. No one helped her. She did it all by herself. How would she feel if he touched her in the wrong way? We don't condone violence. Not at all. We especially not DV. We don't condone it at all. So we're not even gonna talk about that. You just keep your hands to yourself. That's what we're gonna do. All right, all right, all right. Ooh, fell so in my eye. I'm gonna take these boogers on off, honey. They've been on long enough. They're starting to dry. Okay. Brandy's having a meet up with her younger kids, with the younger kids of the group. So I think Angel has two children. We know Dr. Mimi has two children, but Mimi only showed up with one. So Brandy's having a meet up with the younger kids in the group. Her mother-in-law Sharon is there. Brandy has four kids: Emery, Cody, Max, and Aria. Angel arrives with her children, Heaven and Savior. Savior. That's a name for a child, I guess. Dr. Mimi arrives with her daughter, Savannah. And Dr. Mimi explains why she didn't bring her son Stevie. She said that over time they've gone taking Stevie to events and they've had to purchase TVs for people when they get ready to leave. So yeah, it's probably best that she left Stevie at the house with his father. That was probably the best place for Stevie. You said I also don't like making games mandatory. I agree with that symmetry, especially when you have friends over. If there's people who want to play, then if they let them play. If they don't want to play, don't. Not all guests want to participate and shouldn't be forced to. I will say every year at the beginning of the year, we have a game night at our house. We do game night slash vision board party. This year we didn't do it. But normally we started out as just game night. And what we did was we put Jeopardy on our TV and then we played. Everybody participated. But those who did not want to participate, we didn't force them to. But I tell you what, games bring groups together. Putting puzzles together bring groups together, playing cards. It does. It brings groups together. So I understand the game night, but people don't want to play. Just don't force them. Leave them alone. Let them do what they want to do. I don't agree with that. I totally agree with not forcing people to play something they want to play. LOL, those children popped out like a jack in a box. LOL, it was so cute. It was a cute thing. Riri. And then that's me. AD said, I agree, symmetry. I agree with that too. I agree that you shouldn't force people participate in games, especially when they come in and they just want to enjoy. You gave them, it was supposed to be what, a day off or a night out. Cut the TV off. It's supposed to be like a night off or a day off. And if it's my day off, I don't typically use my day offs, just my let my hair down day, to go play a game. I normally, that's a chill day for me. So I definitely understand that. Dr. Mimi and Steve have been married for 11 years. Brandy says she's been married for 10 years, and they're trying to get Angel to open up. So they started talking to her about dating and different things. And Angel said that her life is wrapped around her work and her kids. Again, Angel has two children. She has a daughter named Heaven and a son named Savior. Um, Angel said that she is the mama and the daddy. They asked the production, kept asking her about the babies, the father of her children. Where was he at? What was he doing? She said, I'm the mama and the daddy. I thought that was hilarious. Angel said that she isn't a good picker of men, and she hasn't had the best of luck with dating. And I definitely can understand that, and I see where she's coming from. And you know what? I think that it's okay to take her time to date guys and to see what life brings you, right? Dr. Mimi brings up the issue at Toya's, and she said there was some deflecting. There was definitely some deflecting. Mimi said that Toya's energy is way off. Some people don't have emotional maturity, and Mimi said that she isn't one of those people. I will say this: the very fact that Mimi was doing all the talking and Brandy and Angel were not talking, that's gonna make it back to the group. Trust me, it's gonna make it back to the group. Moving forward, we see Dr. Simone and her sister Carmen go out to eat. And we haven't seen Carmen since season 1. So it was good because I had just thought the other day, where is Simone's sister? I know she had a sister because her sister came on the show. So it was good to see Simone's sister. Simone said that Carmen is her best friend. She tells her everything. And so apparently Simone has shared with Carmen about the family dinner and that it went left with her and the children. She said that Cecil didn't say anything to the kids to support her. And Simone said that Cecil had a very strict father, and it seems like Cecil is the complete opposite of his father. He's not like Daddy Whitmore at all. And then we go to Simone and Cecil's home, and Cecil's brother is arriving. Cecil says that his brother has moved to Atlanta after a recent divorce. The brother's name is David. David said that Simone is his sister. And David said that Simone called him hurting, and he addressed it with Cecil. And I thought that was a great opportunity for the siblings. Simone had her sister, and then you had Cecil with his brother. And that was an emotional moment for Cecil. We don't see Cecil really bring out emotions, and we don't really know a lot about Cecil other than what he's told us. That he was at Freaknik. We've seen him on the Freaknik videos, the movie rather, and we know that he was working and he got laid off. We know little bits and pieces about Cecil, but we don't really know a lot. We don't see a lot of emotions from Cecil other than when he and Simone was talking about divorcing. So it was good to see him show emotions, because that kind of lets you know a little bit more about a person. Cecil told his brother, he said, our parents worked their hands to the bones so that we would not be in the same situations as them, and that their boys wouldn't have to stand in the financial aid line for 3 hours. Child, I used to be in the financial aid line, and I know. Cecil said when he came up, that was what he said to himself, was that my kids will not be in a financial aid line for 3 hours, because he himself had did that when he went to school. He said that he had told himself that, and that was something that he wanted to make sure to keep up. He said that Black folks get so caught up that we glorify the struggle. David told Cecil his wife is amazing, that Simone is amazing, and the way Cecil could say that there was a way that he could say there was no way, I'm sorry, that he could say that we got the money if they both don't agree. And I totally agree with that. There's no way Cecil can say my kids are not going to do X, Y, Z if he and Simone don't agree that as a couple, because their money, they are married, they do apparently have their money together, and there's no way you can agree that, oh, my kids are not going to stand in the financial aid line when your wife said, oh, they need to be out there applying for financial aid. We need to figure out how you're going to go to law school, and you're going to get loans X, Y, and Z, because law school is expensive. So I definitely understood what David was trying to tell Cecil. He said, your Simone is amazing, but y'all gotta agree on this. He said at the end of it, Miles and Michael are going to be okay, because you have taught them, but you have to check the temperature of your partner, and you just cannot be screaming and hollering at her when you guys are not agreeing. Y'all got to come to a reasonable decision. And then they go over to Simone and Carmen, and they're still sitting at the table, talking. And Simone says something has to give. And then she takes a tissue and puts it over her face, but I didn't see any tears fall. So I'm not sure about that. But it was good to see Carmen again. It was good to meet Cecil's brother. I thought that was a great scene. It was good to see Cecil show some emotions. Whatever, even though it was a little difficult emotion because of what he's dealing with his sons, and Simone as well. But it was good to know that in his mind, when he went to college, the thing that he thought of was that I don't want my children to have to suffer. And I think a lot of us as parents do. We've had that discussion even today. We want the best for our kids, but it's okay for our adult children to have a job, to help pay some bills, to pay back their parents when they owe them money. I believe the children, adult children, not minors, adult children at 20 some odd years old should be held accountable. And I'm going to move on from that. The next scene was Quad and King. They're packing to go to Ghana. King is complaining, as always, about the clothes that Quad is packing. Child, when I tell you, he is something else. Quad said that this is their third egg retrieval. So apparently they're going to Ghana to retrieve the eggs. So they're getting Dr. Jackie to do stuff on stateside, which is check labs, blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to Ghana to retrieve their eggs. I don't know why they couldn't retrieve them in America, but child, that's where they're going. King said, we are going to be hopeful, but we must be practical. I said, this man is a nag. When I tell you, King, to me, he is nagging. But maybe that's the way he relates to her, because we know that Quad is not like the other housewives. She's the other wives or the other ladies, she's independent, she's strong. So maybe that's just how they interact with each other. And then they show them sitting on the sofa, and the body language of Quad and King is kind of weird to me, because as a couple, they're sitting, if y'all go back and look, they're sitting kind of far apart. I was attempting to take a screenshot of it and I totally forgot, but they're kind of far apart. And I thought that was kind of awkward. Now I will say this, there was a part in there where Quad says that the ladies had came over and had a little get together for her, and that they show the ladies coming in. They're in the pool at Quad's house, and they're just having a good time. But there was a part in there that kind of was weird to me. Remember, all views expressed in this live are alleged, in my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes. I don't know if any of this is true. I'm just over here giving some commentary and having a good little kiki. And I've already used my fair use notice, because I'm going to use this video. I want y'all to see this, because I thought it was kind of weird. Here we go.
All the ladies came and supported me, and I thank the ladies for sending me off in such a special way. Welcome to Ghana. This is so cool. What?
So apparently they took her house and had it decorated like she was in Ghana, and you see the ladies in the background, and watch what Quad does.
Ghana way! Send Quad good energy. Imagine her with her baby. Imagine you holding her baby.
Y'all, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is? Look, I want y'all to finish watching it. It's almost
to see.
I'm gonna go there. We're gonna do this one more time. Dr. Jackie looks so uncomfortable, and
imagine her with her baby. Imagine you holding her baby. To see.
Child. Quadrica. I like you, but girl, what was that? That was weird. I don't know if anybody else thought that was weird, but that was weird. King sings like he changed his mind about quiet. I agree. I totally agree with Pretty Riri. I totally agree. He sings like, okay, enough of this. Enough of it. I don't know what that scene was, but it was quite weird. It was, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know Quad wants a child. I'm not sure if King wants a child. I think he's just kind of going through the motions to be on the show. It doesn't seem like something's off. I'm just gonna say that. It seems as though something is off. The very fact that they had this much room between them while they were in confessional, because normally if it's your significant other, you really care about them, you'll be sitting kind of on, really close to each other. I don't understand that big gap. It seemed almost like they were sitting at a wire from each other. It was really weird. Again, I feel like King is an ag. I feel like King is an ag. That's me, AD. I was giggling because it was hilarious. All right, let's move on to the ladies meet up to make purses. I guess we're already at the end. All right. Toya is the party host name. Her name is Jackie, but it's spelled Jacque. And she's the party planner. Toya is the first to arrive, and she has Heavenly's purse. So she comes in with this purse. She goes, "Oh, the fake bag, fake, whatever she's saying," which I thought was kind of weird. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Mimi are riding to the purse event together, and they are discussing their group chat. I want to play a little bit of that ride over in them talking about that group chat. Okay.
Speaking of that, this group chat,
it be on fire, don't it? So all I said was, honestly, when we were telling each other Happy Father's Day, Toya said she loved her husband. She was appreciative of him.
Toya says, so grateful for Eugene and my fathers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so blessed, and so are my sons.
Mm-hmm.
Please wish your fathers and husbands an amazing Father's Day.
Very sweet.
You said, make sure you tell him that, Toya.
So we reading this text thread that happened over Father's Day. We know Father's Day is always in June. So apparently somewhere in June, this is when they're filming this. And Toya sent out a message saying, to all the amazing fathers, blah, blah, blah. We always know Heavenly got to come back. And so apparently Heavenly says, make sure you tell your husband that. And I didn't record the other end, but it said preferably on camera because you always embarrassing on camera. But I think we got a little bit more. Let's go over here to this one.
But me and my husband, we check in pretty much all throughout the day.
So they played a montage of Toya disrespecting Eugene. Let's watch all the times that Toya has disrespected Eugene. Let's go.
Respect her man.
But me and my husband, we check in pretty much all throughout the day.
Yes, we do.
I remember when Mariah told me one time.
You ain't checking in no more.
Shut up.
Okay, there was one.
Boy, you better put that biscuit in your mouth.
She told me eat the biscuit. Eat the biscuit, Anime. Eat the biscuit.
Quit playing.
Sit down.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Only person laughing is Simone because she disrespects her husband as well.
Yes, we do.
I remember
now she throws the biscuit at Eugene. Let's watch it again.
Mariah
Right
told
now
me
you
one
telling me you
time.
ain't checking in no more.
Shut up. Boy, you better put that biscuit in your mouth and quit playing.
How many husbands gonna deal with that in front of your friend group? She literally tried to get him to eat a biscuit as a symbolism of him being fat. That's what I took it as. Or maybe that's just her behavior.
Sit down. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Sit down.
Her man needs to respect her man.
So over the seasons, Toya has disrespected Eugene. She actually said in front of the ladies that she thought when you got married, she didn't know that the penis would stop growing. She thought it would continue to grow. Now, I don't know if she took biology, but she has a master's degree. So you would think she would know that, it is what it is. But apparently that wasn't. So when the women are talking about her husband's penis size, she's the one who start that conversation, whether they like it or not. whether they like it or not, she is the one who initiated that. She said that is so ridiculous. Exactly. They make comments about him because she does exactly. She opens up the door and they slide on right through it. Just like that time that Contessa called, your husband is a definition of a big bitch. I mean, Toya opened up that door and those women just walk right through it. I'm not saying this right because it's definitely wrong. But Toya disrespects her husband and they see it and they follow her. There was no reason why her husband's genital size should have ever been spoken on among the group. It should have never been spoken of out there. She said none but hers. Girl, too much. Just too much. Where was I at? Oh, did I mess up? Yeah, I'm using the teleprompter. And child, when I tell you I had a hard time with this teleprompter, I'm about to pull my notes out my phone and go on with this story. Toya's going to pick at Dr. Heavenly the entire time they're making purchases, because as soon as she came in, she started talking about the leather. But I want y'all to see something. Hold on, let me move this over here. I took this picture to share, and I definitely want to share it. But yeah, the very fact that she is so hung up on labels and things of that nature. I'm going to use Martell's word, and things of that nature is really, to me, upsetting, and it's annoying because you are who you are. Y'all give me 1 second as this comes in. I'm going to have to move it over. You are who you are. And I don't think that someone who is a doctor, because I'm sure that if Dr. Heavenly wanted to, she could afford any purse that she wants. Any purse on the market, I'm sure she can afford to purchase it. But the very fact that Toya is going on about this purse is almost, it is annoying. It is, because I am, again, I'm sure, because she said you wouldn't expect Heavenly to have the Jimmy Choos. If regular everyday old me can walk around in Jimmy Choos, so can Dr. Heavenly. I just don't understand where she was going. So I want to talk about this real fast. So this is Dr. Heavenly's car. I'm sorry. I want to see if they show.
Speaking of that, this group chat.
Can you see this?
Be on fire, don't it? So all I said was,
it went off. I want to go back to it. This is Dr. Heavenly's car. I think she's shown it on her Instagram a few times, but this is a Maybach Benz, right? This ain't a cheap car. So if Dr. Heavenly can afford to drive a Maybach Benz, she can also afford to buy whatever purse this is that Toya's having a fit about. Let's go over here. I want y'all to look at how much. The Mercedes Maybach SUV GLS 600 starts around $180,000 for the latest model. That's a 2025, 2026. And as I believe, she either got it last year or the year before, with prices increasing significantly with options like two-tone paint, premium interiors, special packages, often reaching $200,000 to $250,000 for fully equipped versions. For instance, a fully option 2005 might cost, and I can't see what's up under there, but we know that she done paid some good money to drive a Maybach. So while you sitting over here acting as though she can't afford a purse is absolutely ridiculous, Toya. We just saw her driving up to the event in a Maybach, and then we know the price of the Maybach, and you whining and crying about a Balenciaga purse that probably costs about $3,000 or $4,000. Please go somewhere and sit down. Please go somewhere and sit down, Toya, because that was ridiculous. Let me see what y'all saying about that. You said yes. Yeah, those cars are not cheap. So for the very fact that you see someone driving a very nice car, but you are so upset or just wanting to pick at her about a purse, to me is just wild. I believe Toya this season is just trying to stay on the show. As we know, their whole storyline has been since season one, move to move to move to move. We have really seen nothing about Toya. We've seen Toya do nothing. We did one season, I believe she talked about a miscarriage. But other than starting crap with everybody, we've never seen Toya do much of anything. Her storyline is always going to be the other guys. It's always going to be picking at the other guys, messing with the other girls. She's picked at guys. She's whatever it takes. Toya gonna do it. I don't know if it's for good TV or what it's for, but I know Toya just loves picking at the people, and I think it's crazy. Dr. Jackie arrives next, then Brandy, then Angel, and finally Heavenly and Mimi come. Heavenly comes in with her arms open wide. She's hugging on the ladies, and then Contessa comes in, overdressed. She has on a dress that you probably will wear out to a party after 5 o'clock. Child, whatever. Then the guys meet up over to Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott's house, and this is the only thing I want to know. Why is this man driving a minivan? Did y'all see this? I'm gonna show it again. He got out of this. I was like, what is going on with Curtis? Why is Curtis driving a minivan? And I tried to read the sign, but I couldn't really read it. I don't know what that says. Let me see if there's a way I can see it better. Nah. Yeah, they didn't really show the sign, but child, why was Curtis driving a minivan? Somebody know the answer. You said Contessa can't. Oh no, Contessa, she gets it all wrong. Every time they have something, she gets it all wrong. Every single time she gets it all wrong. According to Dr. Heavenly, she did not start filming until week 8 or of 12 filming, yet thus far all episodes have focused on the friend of the show, because believe it or not, Dr. Heavenly is the push behind Married to Medicine. Dr. Heavenly is good TV. People love to hate her, but she's good TV. I like Dr. Heavenly myself, but she's good TV. And I'm gonna say this: Dr. Heavenly, of course, she did not film until week 8 because of her running for state representative that was against the contract. So she had to revamp her contract and do some other things and get some, she said they get some things involved, because I believe she was coming back as a cast member. And then after she decided to run, she came back as a friend of. But child, Dr. Heavenly is the show. Baby, y'all better keep her over there even after she becomes state representative. They obviously wasn't giving much during the first. They couldn't have symmetry. They couldn't have. You said I like her too. I do too. Now she be out there giving you the blues, but I really like her. I think she brings a lot to the show. I really believe she does. Let's see where we were at. I put why is Curtis driving a van? Child, I don't know. Dr. Scott had a caterer there cooking the men hamburgers, steaks. They had a little bit of everything. The spread looked amazing. Eugene said he was glad because he didn't have to cook. And when Curtis got there, he was like, "Oh, you getting ready to get on the grill?" And he's like, "I'm off today." And apparently Eugene is a great cook, so the men always enjoy having him cook. I think Eugene's a great guy. I just feel like he is a little off. His cues aren't clicking too well, especially when you allow someone to continuously disrespect you in public like Toya does. She's a housewife. She's at home. You're out here working all the time. I believe there should be a happy medium somewhere, and I really don't think Eugene's happy, and I think that's why he stays away from home. He drives 2 hours to work. So, child, no, sir, and and I believe they're both unhappy, but that's just my thought. It don't mean a thing. That's all allegedly. I believe they're both unhappy, and I believe that's why he is working out there where he working at. That's just my thoughts. All these views expressed, in my opinion, they don't mean a thing, not one thing. Live for Me said, "I am team Dr. Heavenly." I know that's right. Me too. Someone said that Scott did more for the men than he did for his wife's birthday party. He did. He did. Let's call the thing a thing. He did. Because child, those are my sentiments as well. Yeah, somebody's unhappy. Baby, there's no way you drive 2 hours away if you happy with your wife. But this wife has caused him some turmoil. I believe Eugene was probably happy in the modest home that they had. They had a very nice home, the first house. And I believe he was happy, wanted to raise his children, but they have been moving every single year. And I'm not saying he's unhappy in that sense, but I believe there's something there that he finds comfort away from home. Whatever that looks like. Because we do know he's driving a long way from home to work. Just to work. Eugene asked Scott how the building was coming along. We know this was being segued into him pulling out his Toya card to act like his wife, being messy. Then he proceeds to tell Scott that Toya is very opinionated. She's very opinionated. Eugene then goes into the confessional and shades Contessa and Scott. He starts talking about their building and so on and so forth. Then we move back over to Toya. Toya's still shading about that old purse, and the women make their purses. So Toya puts Dr. Heavenly's purse on the table to shade her, and said, "This is what fake leather looks like." As they go out and start trying to, get the real leather off the shelf or wherever it was. They had them on like racks. Dr. Heavenly read Toya down about her portfolio. She told her what all she had while she was over there whining and crying about that purse not being real leather. Dr. Heavenly told her she owns rental property and she has this and she has this and she has this. Baby, Dr. Heavenly read the portfolio, and not to talking about a purse. This woman just got out of a Maybach, and I believe Dr. Heavenly said her car was fully loaded when she first bought it, because again, she came out here to the Instagram and I saw the car. Beautiful black Maybach SUV. I love that car. I don't want no SUV, but I loved her car. I think it's cute. And I guarantee you, a fully equipped car like that costs over $200,000. Trust me, I'll be at the dealership looking around, because every time I go get my service, I'll be out there trying to decide, do I want to trade in and get another one? And I get back in there one after they get through, and I drive it on back home because it's paid for. That's what I do over there. But we not going to act like she didn't go out there and spend some money for a car. She spent some good money for that Maybach, but you whine about a purse that probably costs a couple of $1,000s. I think that's ludicrous and it's childish. And I believe earlier in the season, when I think it was like episode 1 or 2, when Dr. Jackie called her a label whore. Because she definitely is a label whore. If it's not the labels, she feels like you should always be dressed in labels. And Dr. Jack said, baby, you better go to Zara and get you something. You better go get you some nice stuff at Zara. Hey, Butterfly, thanks for joining. You said the Combs currently home sits on a lot of property. They live in Douglasville too, which is, right outside. If you ever drive into Atlanta, you go Douglasville, there's a big mountain that you drive over. You can pretty much see Atlanta from the top of the mountain in Douglasville, Georgia. And they live out, plus they have Airbnbs, they got a lake house, and you whining about this $2,000 or $3,000 purse. Girl, shut up. Butterfly speaking. Pretty Riri speaking to the butterfly, baby. These butterflies, I love to see the butterflies in the chat. I love it. AD is speaking to butterfly. So, but when she read her down about their portfolio, Dr. Heavenly let her know, my life is not dependent upon moving every year to show someone that I have a little money. My life is to set an example for my children so that when I leave, they will have a legacy. And that's what Dr. Heavenly is leaving, baby. And don't forget, Dr. Heavenly got Heavenly University. She's got all kinds of little things going. Baby, I love Dr. Heavenly and the fact that she read Toya down. Toya is not on my favorite list. It never has been. She all right, but she ain't on my favorites list. Toya is shady. Some days she want to be cool, some days she don't. She's so wishy-washy, baby. I don't know how they deal with her or how her husband deals with her. The ladies pick the leather and they start cutting all the leather for their purse. The Lady Jackie shows them how to fold it over, how to make the cuts, and to get ready for their purse. Contessa said that Scott paid his way through college, I think she said medical school, by selling fake Coach bags. I thought that was hilarious. Then she goes to the confessional. She goes, I believe the statute of limitation is up. So we cool now, so I can talk about it. Girl, Contessa's hilarious. Then we go back to the men. Scott asked the men if Toya was still mad at them. And let's see, I think I took a little snippet of that because I wanted us to see that.
Joe? I don't know. I don't know. Sorry once again for us having a married moment in front.
Okay, so now He's making very light of this moment that they had in front of the whole group. He's making very, very light of it. And he's having to apologize for what his wife did. Let's move on. Let's see what else. This clip isn't very big because, of course, I can't play all this stuff, but we'll use this under fair use. Again, Eugene apologizing for Toya's behavior.
Everybody. And I'll be honest with you, some of the wives.
Don't that food look good? Oh, that food looks good.
I think are, at this point, stressing her out.
Now it's the wives' fault that Toya acted a fool with her husband. Some of the wives are stressing out. How the heck are these other women stressing you out of your own home? There's no way that even makes sense. I don't know how Eugene even let that slide out of his mouth. I don't know how he let that slide out of him. But baby, go ahead.
And to be specific, I did hear Heavenly say that's how Eugene liked to be talked to.
It must be how you like to be talked to. You out here defending this stupidity? Apparently you do. None of the rest of these women are talking to their husbands the way Toya consistently talks to you. But let's move on. I'm sorry, y'all.
I thought it was a little bit of a jab.
Okay, this is what she was saying.
It was a jab. It was a jab. It was a jab, and it stung. It hit just like it was supposed to hit. That jab that Heavenly said that you like to be talked to, it hit and it landed because you're still talking about it some days later. Let me see what y'all talking about over here. You said, hey, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Tiara Brown. Oh, Lord, I got messages I'm missing. Alicia, Butterfly still speaking. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate that. Let me finish playing this so y'all can hear it.
That's you and Toya's relationship. You guys talk to each other in the way you talk to each other. And that's what works for you.
We have an opinion about how you and Toya relate to each other.
So you have one husband saying, you have one husband saying, hey, you have an opinion about how your wife was. Let me back up. You have Damon saying, Dr. Daddy Damon saying, we watch how you and your wife interact, and that's how y'all communicate. That's what my wife was saying. And then you have Curtis who backdoors him or agrees with him and says, hey, we are all watching this. It's not just Heavenly. We're all watching it. We kind of all agree. It's pretty much what he's saying.
Because it's not how Jackie and I would relate to each other.
We all agree because that's not how we talk to each other. That's not how I talk to my wife. That's not how he talks to his wife. That's not how he talks to. But this is how your wife consistently does you in front of others.
Or Scott and Contessa or Damon and Heavenly would relate to each other. The difference is that she will dump it out in public. I've never really seen you come back at her with something.
That's the whole issue, is that the men find, is that no one, they don't see him, Eugene, correcting Toya. And then when we see it on camera, it's always Eugene bowing down and apologizing to Toya. And that's what the gentlemen are addressing. And you can best believe what they are saying is hitting home. He's hearing every word those guys are saying, and it don't feel good when your peers address
the things that she has said to you in public. And you've come out and said, it doesn't bother me. That's Toya. I love her. That's Toya. It doesn't bother me.
But it does bother him. Here's for the reason why he brought up the fact that Dr. Heavenly said that he likes to be talked to that way. It bothers him. You cannot tell me any man, any woman that over time things don't bother him. Well, let's keep listening to this foolishness.
It is a big deal when your friends are talking about you and portraying you in a different light than you feel like you are. It's hurtful. Toya and I, yes, we have maybe a little.
He's stuttering because he just said it hurts. That does hurt when your friends are talking about you or they feel a certain way about things that are happening in you. I know that bothers him. He can't convince me that it don't bother him. That has to bother him. You sitting up here and this woman, these women and men who are with their spouses, and no one's marriage is perfect, but they not sitting there dogging their spouse out the way your wife is dogging you out, told you to eat the biscuit, threw a biscuit at you, cussed at you, told you to shut up. She did all of that in front of others because your wife is emotionally unintelligent. And that's what Dr. Mimi said, who is a psychiatrist. Moving on.
Unconventional communication. We dump it out.
He said this unconventional communication. Baby, that is not unconventional. That is complete chaos and drama.
Toya and I don't put on fake personalities for other people. We are who we are.
We're not always perfect.
And look at her. Look, see how her eyebrows went up? She mad. She angry. She upset. And don't nobody care. Please like the video, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please share it because I'm really trying to get my numbers up. If you like the content that you get over here on Lady Rose, in the Lady Rose Queendom, please like, share, and subscribe because I love the queens and kings who come over here and spend time with me and to share with me. I absolutely love it. Tiandra is speaking to Symmetry, Living for Me, Butterfly, and AD. Thank y'all for welcoming her in. Butterfly is saying, welcome, come in. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Butterfly. She's always pushing me forward. And Tiandra said, yes, Butterfly, to you and all the beautiful ladies in the chat. Missed all of you. I knew that name looked familiar, but I hadn't seen Tiandra in a long time. Thanks for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go back and listen to these two weirdos here.
Him saying it that way, me saying
I want to go back. I want y'all to watch her eyebrows raised. She over there twisted. She upset because she done acted a fool. Ugh.
We are who we are.
In her velvet dress.
We're not always perfect.
him saying it that way, me saying it that way.
Girl, we know you're not perfect. We know you are far from perfect and your behavior is unseemly. But moving forward, I'm going to blow my nose real quick, you guys.
You look at it a little bit different.
Only slightly. Because I'm also privy to some of the comments that they're saying to Toya. They're just not positive.
Yeah,
and I'll be honest with you, it comes off.
So Dr. Damon said, okay, they're not sending comments to you. And he says no, but of course he sees the text messages because his wife shares them with them. So of course we're going to make them out to be the other people out to be the demons, of course.
With some of the language that I've even seen in writing, it's more of an insult of my manhood.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Your wife says she didn't know that when you got married that the man's genitals did not continue to grow, which lets me know that your wife doesn't really know a lot about biology and she's not the sharpest knife on the shelf. But let's move forward, honey. Your wife started that conversation. If you're mad at anybody, get mad at your wife, because if she hadn't have opened that door, none of the other ladies would walk in. Hello, Nettie. Thanks for joining this live tonight. We talked about Married to Medicine this past week's episode, which was called, oh Lord, what was the episode called? Baggage check. Baggage check, baby. They had a whole bunch of baggage they brought on this trip. And I believe we got to see in this episode again, Eugene really share the very fact, because he's always trying to act like it didn't bother what they said. But indeed, we see that over time, just like water dripping on a rock, it actually begins to erode. I believe that this is beginning to bother him internally. Hey, Shauna, you said hello to all. Can't stay. I'm at church revival. Happy New Year's to you all. All right, you praise the Lord for me too. Hey, Susie, thanks for joining the live. Susie said, good evening, Lady Roma. Good to see you, Susie. Deandra said, hey there, Lady Roma. Hello. Welcome to the Queendom Queen Susie, Queen Deandra. Thank you for coming on in. Let's get on back over here and finish wrapping this up for tonight.
Rarely has my wife said something to you.
To me, no. Okay. About me, yes. You've never said anything that I thought was disrespectful to me or my family. Neither have you. Your wives are different.
But Toya has given it as well as it has been given to her.
I think Toya has given it. That baby Curtis done tapped in. He said, let me in, coach. Let me in, coach. Toya been out here doing the same thing. Toya been out here giving it just as well as she gives it out. Just like these women give it to y'all, Toya gives it. We ain't going to act like Toya is innocent. We not going to act like Toya ain't the one who starts this mess sometimes. Toya be the one starting this, y'all. Trust me, I ain't made none of this up. Toya has started the stuff with Quad. Toya started on season 1, episode 1. Her and Carrie started hazing Quad on the first episode as soon as she met her. Her and Carrie said that Quad was not good enough to be a part of the Doctor's Wives group. If I'm lying, maybe you could call the charades on me or whatever you would call them. Call the party, the cavalry, call them. But I'm telling you, Quad and Carrie started with Quad, season 1, episode 1. Baby, she told her that she not belong into the Doctor's Wives group.
I think that Curtis has his hands on a couple of different ways on our show before. So I think he should keep his hand in his pocket.
I'm not saying my wife nor any other wife is innocent, okay? What I'm saying is, we're talking about a bag. And then all of a sudden, it's, you stupid, your husband got a little dick.
Because Heavenly took it as a dig. She knew that when Toya started talking about the bag was fake, she knew that it was a dig. So she was going to beat Toya to the punch, which if you notice, that is Heavenly's MO. Whenever someone tries to go in at Heavenly and she feels like they are trying to roast her or take her there, Heavenly's always going to beat them to the punch. That's why that Yo Mama kept coming up with Mariah. It wasn't anything other than she could not beat Mariah at a words game at one point. So she kept saying, your mama, because it's a quick comeback. It's quick. It don't take much effort to say your mama. That's why she did it. And then Miss Lucy wasn't no better. Let me pick up my phone. Yeah, Miss Lucy didn't make it no better, honey. Your mama. So that's where they went with that. Let's finish up this real quick, and I'm gonna get to these comments. So in the interim, Toya's no better than the other women, although Heavenly probably should not have mentioned the genitals in the group. She should have mentioned Eugene's, small stack or whatever in the group chat. But at the end of the day, nobody would have said anything about his small piece downstairs if his wife had never opened that door. And that was her fault. She should have never opened that door. All that falls upon Toya. I am sorry. That's me. AD says that is true. Eugene TR said Eugene looks at Toya as a trophy wife, so he isn't going to give her too much pushback. I agree with that, Tiandra, and I'm going to tell you why. I started looking up, like, how did they meet each other? They met each other speed dating, right? They went to the speed dating, and he was, I guess, the nerd in school, and Toya's a pretty girl, so I don't know why she was at speed dating, but I think Toya had in mind what she wanted. She wanted a man with a career, some money, and that's why she went on a speed dating. But that's where they met. They met each other at speed dating. So I don't know. I just have a little pushback for people who date not so conventional, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I believe that that's his trophy wife. He felt like he won the prize when he got Toya. And Dr. Heavenly says he treats her like a queen, and I really believe he does. Because he puts up with anything from her. Because any other man gonna stand 10 toes down and be like, girl, you have to get it together, or this is it. A lot of men are not gonna live that kind of life with her, where she could just walk over him and talk about him. A lot of women aren't gonna do that. All the husband and wives look miserable to me. They need a break to refresh and come back later. Is wearing on all of them. Nettie, I don't think they're going to take a break and come back later, because they do. Bravo gives them a long break. The fact of it is, all these men and women, they work. The only woman on the show that does not work is Toya. Quad works. This show, of course, is a job. But they all work. I don't think they're going to be taking a break. But I think that's life. I think marriage is a job, and it just depends on how you work it. and not so many words, but marriage is a job. Me and my husband being married to a man is a job. And I'm gonna tell you something. I always tell people, you always feel like you're the one doing most of the compromising, and believe it or not, you probably are. You probably are the one doing the most compromise, and they probably feel like they doing a lot of compromising and they ain't doing none. So marriage is a job. It's just a job. She could have just asked who left her bag. Instead, she said, which one of you have a hose? That's right. Definitely. And you know what? That's what started off. And Dr. Heavily knew what she was going with this. So Dr. Heavily, I'm gonna beat you to the punch. And she did. She lit into her and started roasting her. You left your fake bag. Exactly. She started that symmetry. Hey, Gail Francis. I hope I've spoken to everybody. If I have not, I apologize. If I overlooked anybody. His mom doesn't like Toya. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah. They only film for 12 weeks. That's not a lot. Girl, you about to get blocked. You about to get blocked talking about my quad. Don't nobody come over here talking about no quad. And she ain't no fraud. Bye. Woo Child marriage is its own. It is living for me. In all honesty, being married is a job. When you have to live with someone who is not your sister, brother, daddy, mama, you don't, because they've been raised in a whole different household, in a whole different environment, doing a whole different thing. And you come together, and sometimes you got to train them, got to teach them, and sometimes they never learn. Child, sometimes they never learn. Symmetry said, go to the corner, butterfly. No quas slander over here. None whatsoever. None. Let me get back to this because we're almost at the end of this. So we heard the men talking. I really feel like this is being to wear on Eugene. I really believe Eugene is like, let me go talk to these husbands. Y'all, we got a visitor. Come here, girl. The dog is in here. I don't know why my door is open. Must have been cracked as she came in. Her family must not be here. My daughter's not here. Baby, she is going to come in my room every time I lay down. She loved being in here when no one's here but us. And I believe this is beginning to wear on Eugene, and the very fact that is wearing on him, he feels like if I address it with the men, maybe they will understand and they will then try to speak with their wives. So I do understand where it's going. But in the interim, he needs to speak with his wife. He needs to tell Toya to pull back, to stop. He cannot believe that everybody's just after Toya and she's innocent, because Toya isn't innocent. Her mouth runs just like everybody else. The situation when her and Mariah fell in the pool when they were fighting, Toya started some of that situation. The fact that Toya went and told the people at the beauty shop that Lauren wasn't Aiden's, Toya did that. It wasn't no one else. It was Toya. So we cannot be so oblivious to life that we believe Toya is innocent and everybody else is picking at Toya. Toya done got into it. Everybody on this show, she got into it. Quad is not a fraud, and we're not gonna talk about that. Nettie gonna get blocked too. Toya got into it with Contessa. Should have got into it with Mariah. Should have got into it with Quad. Should have got into it with Simone. Should have called Jackie out because she felt like Jackie is supposed to control the rest of the ladies. And y'all watching Jackie get emotional behind these ladies in their big age and acting a fool was crazy. It was crazy. And it's upsetting to me that Jackie has to always be the one to reel them back in. Even Simone. And she's not Jackie's age, but she's close to Jackie's age. I tell y'all, Jackie like 67. She's up in age. Oh my God, I can't believe Quad is not a fraud. Girl, she is not. When we talk about fraud, you have to understand what the word fraud actually means. Where's Miss AK for Butterfly? Yeah, wake her up and tell her, come on back over and get Butterfly together. Welcome everyone. Please come in, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please. Oh my God, lady, I can't believe you don't know Quad. She's not a fraud. She's not a fraud. Toya walked so heavily could sprint. Child. Okay. Okay. Jackie does not like conflict, and she seems emotional. She does. And you know what? I think that's because she's seasoned. Again, like I told y'all, Jackie's old. I know somebody said the other day, let me show you how old Jackie is. What is Jackie? Let's say Walters. Let me tell y'all Jackie's age. Y'all don't have to believe me, but I done told y'all. Jackie was born July 27th, 19 57. She is 66. She will be 67 in July. Y'all don't have to believe me, but here's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. A to the man. Let me show y'all. I told y'all before that Jackie is 67 years old. She's up in age. People of that age don't like drama. They just don't. They don't want to be a part of it. Can you see that? Jackie Walters, the OB-GYN and star Bravo's Married to Medicine, was born on July 27, 1958, making her 66 years old, turning 67 in July of 2026. She is known for her work in women's health and as a reality TV personality, advocating for wellness and breast cancer awareness. All right. She's 6. Don't nobody ever try to argue with me about ages and stuff, because I've been knowing a little bit about some ages, because that's one thing I'm going to check. Because Jackie doesn't look 66 or 67, but she is. She's older. And when you get a certain age, you don't want to hear all that fussing and fighting and that weird stuff, unless you just like to be a part of the fussing and fighting weird stuff group. And there are people that like that. But yeah, you said Jackie ain't no sugar iced tea. Butterfly ain't nobody. None of us are. But Jackie got enough sugar and iced tea, baby. She said that the internet has her birthday. Oh, did she say that? Well, I got another one that I pulled her birthday up too. Simone B with the BS girl. Girl. Jackie ain't done nothing to be fraudulent. Just because she called somebody does not make her a fraud. Please define the word fraud. Come on. Hey, lady, run chat. I'm late. Just here to support. I stopped watching Married to Medicine after they turned on Mariah. I'll just be in the bushes. Oh, don't do that. Mariah's still getting paid. She's still getting paid. Mariah is making her money off Married to Medicine. Let me see. Y'all, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find out. You know, I don't like to be wrong. I'm one of them kind of people, honey. I hate to be wrong. Okay, I don't have her birthday on that one. Okay, we're going to find out how old Jackie really is. But I think she said she's like 61, because Jackie was supposed to be retiring last year. And I see she's still working, but I don't think she works like twice a week or 3 times a week. And where's her stepdaughter? Where did she go? Yeah, if anybody else thought about that but me. We said she posted a video on IG a few months ago. Okay. Yes, she is. That is true. Yeah. She was supposed to be retired. I don't know. Let's see. Let's finish it up. Back to the ladies. Simone said Heavenly didn't mean anything about the Father's Day text that was sent. And Heavenly speaks up and she was, no, I didn't mean anything, Heavenly. I mean, Toya. And she said, I was just telling you to say that Eugene was an amazing father on camera because you embarrass him all the time in front of everybody. Which is true. That is not a lie. That is the truth. Angel is a voice of reason. And she explains to Heavenly, she says, I don't think you understand when you offend somebody. I don't think you even realize when you have offended someone. Which is true. But I also need Toya to realize that she ain't innocent in this party. That's my thing. I appreciate Angel because she's new to the group. And Toya may turn on her. We'll see later on. But she may not, because Angel is a beautiful face. She has the body and she's a pretty girl. So she may not turn on her this season. Maybe some seasons down the road. But I do appreciate Angel for having a voice. I appreciate her for saying something. She's definitely a fraud. Jackie has fat shamed black women. Girl, that don't matter, child, because there's some people out here that, child, every time they go to the doctor tell them they need to lose some weight. Girl, that's fat shaming right there. Dr. Jackie ain't like no other doctor. You need to lose some weight. That don't make you a fraud. That make you. We all know Jackie believes in a healthy lifestyle. We watch her eat on this show. We watch her work out, run. They say she works out almost every other day. Came in as the stiletto doctor. So, chat, I ain't gonna defend Dr. Jackie, but we're gonna be honest and true. Most doctors want you to lose some weight if you're obese or overweight. Fat shaming, girl, I don't get down. I don't subscribe to the fat shaming stuff. I don't subscribe to it. If you're overweight, you need to lose weight. We just need to agree to that. If we overweight, we need to lose weight. We need to get ourselves healthy. Too often we want to make unhealthy lifestyles something that, we shouldn't be fat shaming. I don't agree with fat shaming, but I also do not agree that you should be so embarrassed when a doctor tells you need to lose weight, because sometimes they're telling you that for your own health. Okay? That's it. That's all. And I'm not taking up for Jackie. I just don't feel like she's doing anything any other doctor would not do. I'm a nurse. I hear it all the time. Patients coming out with that little piece of paper and saying, the doctor said I need to lose 25 pounds. My doctor said I'm obese. It happens every day in the doctor's office. She is a physician, a GYN. Who does she see primarily? Probably Black women. Who is she going to tell that they need to lose weight? Probably Black women. I don't subscribe to that, honey. Anywho, moving forward. Jackie is pissed off and she addresses the group. Jackie told Heavenly, when Toya throws a rock, you do not have to throw a boulder. And the very fact that Heavenly needs to really understand that, and Toya needs to really understand that as well. Like I said, both of these women, they got some stuff going. Next episode, that was the end of that episode. Next episode, Quad is gonna actually like break down and why you doing this to me and all. So I don't know what's going on right there. I'm really curious to find out if her and the husband or the boyfriend or lover are having some issues. I don't know what was going on, but she was like, "Oh, why would you do this to me? I got to." So we're gonna have to find out about that. Trying to think what else happened in that at the preview. I think Contessa them, was they moving in? Is that what they was telling us? But what I found the most interesting was Quad and the boyfriend. I do. Dang it, I miss. Hey, Miss AKA, you woke up right in the midst of time. I don't agree. Jackie's full of BS, period. I don't agree that she's full of BS. I think she brings a lot of good stuff to the show. I think that she may be emotionally unintelligent in some things. And when I say that, the very fact that she told Buffy, talked about her being infertile in front of the group, I think that was insensitive. And I don't really think she meant to hurt anybody. I really believe she was just trying to kind of, bring someone who familiarized with the situation into the conversation, and it didn't turn out good. The fat shaming, I believe she was trying to tell someone they need to lose weight. Like I said, doctors do it every day. Lady Roy, you really protect these married to medicine. No, I like Jackie and I like Quad. I like Jackie because she's a physician and I respect her, number one. When I say I respect Dr. Jackie, I respect Dr. Jackie, and I will tell you why I respect her. I watch what we see on the show and how she handles it. I also follow her outside of the show, and I believe she's a really, 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 really good doctor. I really believe she cares about her patients. I believe that we get to see a snippet of things on this show, and everybody has a slip up. All of us have slip ups. The only difference between us and them is our slip ups are not televised. They're not recorded and put for the whole world to see. She's had slip ups, and we've all seen them. Quad, I absolutely like Quad. I think Quad is who she is. A lot of people mad at Quad because her and Mariah fell out. But Mariah was just as instrumental in her and Quad falling out as Quad was. So, child, I don't subscribe to that because I feel like Mariah was a problem as well. Mariah wanted the girls to get down and kiss the ring, and nobody was willing to do it. So she went on about that. Symmetry says she lacks social awareness. There you go. It's just like she says things before she realizes it. And when she says it, you could tell she's like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that in front of these people. And so, again, when people get a certain age, they say anything. These women over 70, in their mid-60s and 70s, maybe anything might fly out their mouth. I ain't saying it's right, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Anything might just projectile out of their throat over there to you. Yes, my doctor gave me the business and knew they wasn't lying to me. I'm getting myself back on track, though. Exactly. My doctor, I told her some things I wanted to do, and you know what she said? Lose 20 pounds. You can do it. You've done it before. Child, you ain't got to tell me but one time. You got to tell me one time. You said none of us are perfect. Exactly. And I think that is where I find fault with women who watch this show, all the shows. We find fault in everybody everybody, and we all have faults. Again, I like Dr. Jackie. I think she's an excellent doctor. I respect her a lot. I respect Dr. Jackie. I think it's unfair that these women try to put the weight of keeping all the women together on Dr. Jackie's shoulders. I think that's very unfair. I think it's very unfair that people see a couple of mistakes she's made or said and they scream about it. She said something to Buffy, and Buffy's still upset to this day, and she apologized to Buffy. And I don't blame her. I ain't gonna keep going back and forth. I apologize. That's it. Nothing else to say about it. Right. I don't know what you want her to grovel. What did you want? I don't have no respect for her. Well, I'm sure that's your preference, Butterfly. I don't think it's gonna stop her from eating, sleeping, or doing whatever she does every day. But hey, that's what we differ. Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to respect her. I respect her. And the thing is once you're respected among your peers and the colleagues, I believe you have it made. If you look at Dr. Jackie's resume and look at her reviews, her patients love her. They highly recommend her to deliver children. She done delivered I don't know how many famous people's babies, and they love Dr. Jackie. She delivered what's her name? Judy and the Brat. She delivered their baby. She delivered Tony Braxton's children. Child, Dr. Jackie is that girl. She is that girl when it comes down to medicine. I would never want to be defined by my mistakes. Oh my God, symmetry. Me either. And thank God that God forgives us for our mistakes. If he held crap over our head, child, my mom used to say this thing, and I always thought this was so crazy. She said, I am so glad that men and women don't hold heaven or hell in their hands, because they would never let me go. And that's so true, because we find fault in everybody and we don't ever want to let it go. This is a physician. This lady's worked hard to get where she has in life. From my understanding, she really didn't even want to be on TV. They kind of pulled and tugged. She turned it down a couple of times, and she finally decided to be a part of it. But again, mistakes happen. We make mistakes. The problem is her mistake is put out for everybody to see. And I don't agree with everybody holding that over her head. Oh yeah, I finally came up with it. The Brat and Judy. She's a celebrity doctor. She's in the money, LOL. But she hasn't always been in the money. Once she became a celebrity on TV, she was actually able to say, hey, I'm only taking cash patients. I ain't taking no more insurance. And that worked perfectly for her. It is what it is. Let me tell you something. It's some physicians that I know here personally in the city that I live in that don't take insurance. My dermatologist don't take insurance. But girl, guess what? He know what he doing. He gets the job done. He gonna take you through all the steps, baby. He makes compounds. My derm is one of the best in the world. Now he's from Venezuela. But I love him. I love my dermatologist. When I say love him, I love Dr. Pedro. Baby, I love Dr. Pedro. I have recommended so many people to him, and everybody I know come back like, that man know what he doing. He just that dude. He just that dude. And he has built his practice up so much, he don't have to take insurance. And you know what? What I do is I go pay cash, and I go ahead and file on my insurance, and I get reimbursed. It'll work out either way it go. But baby, when you find a good one, you stick with them. You stick, and he don't. When I say this is a derm, so dermatologist is a skin doctor, and I go in to see him, and I leave out with a piece of paper that says salt diet. He told me I need to go on a diet, and that's my dermatologist. I went in for a little scarf under my chin. He was like, "Here you go. You need this. I give it to all my patients." I was like, "A diet?" He's like, "Yeah, it'll do the world good." He a little slim thing. But I understand that his job is to be honest with me. His job is to take care of me, head and body, even though he's a skin doctor. But the skin is the biggest organ in your body, even though it's on the outside of your body. It's the biggest organ. So, yeah, child, I don't have no hate towards nobody doing their job. If you say something off the cuff to me in front of others, you say I'd address it in a way to make you think about it. I literally want to know what made you say it. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Pretty Riri speaks. And you know what? I really wish that when she did that with Buffy, that Buffy had called her out. I really wish Buffy had said, just like she do on this internet when she be going off on people. I don't know why Buffy didn't go off on Jackie and walk with her and take the mic from her. because she had every opportunity to do it. She does come as though she does come as though she does about her patients, that you can tell come across. Okay. Yes, she does come across like she really cares about her patients. I'm just looking at this show for the entertainment part, and not everything is facts. I love to watch it though. Carlos taught us a lot about reality TV. Right. I've been watching Married to Medicine from the day it came on, just like Love and Marriage Huntsville, like Real Housewives of Atlanta. I have very shows that I watch. I only watch Love Marriage Huntsville. I like Bell Collective. I watch Married to Med, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't watch any of the rest of the housewives. And I only got into Real Housewives of Atlanta because my kids were watching it. It started coming on when they were, my oldest was in high school. And I remember walking in like, who is this black girl with this big nose? It was Nene. And she was like, Mama, you need to watch this with me. I was like, I don't want to watch that. And I'll go back in my room. Same way with Real World. I only started watching Real World because I did not want my kids to watch it. And so my daughter was like, come in and watch it with me. Mama, please let me watch it. And so I had to sit on the sofa in our living room and watch Real World with her. And then I became addicted to Real World. So y'all come on so we can watch Real World. So just fell in love with it. Yeah, just fell in love with it. You said you and me both watch the same shows. Nettie, yes. When I tell you, I have not. Other housewife people like, you watch Salt Lake City. I watch none other ones. I don't watch none of Orange City, Orange, whatever they call it. Orange County. I watch nothing else but RHOP, RHOA, and Married to Medicine. Those are my Bravo shows. And then the other ones I watch are on Quick plug. Anybody know that Ayala Van Zandt is coming back? Let me see if I can find that on Ayala Van Zandt is coming back, and what she is going hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. What she is going to do is she's going to recap all of the old shows that she used to, not the old shows, all of the old episodes of her show and where they are now. And when I tell you her show was one of my favorites, why can't I find it? Let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all forgive me for this runny nose. Everybody I know has been sick, and I thought I would not have it again, but child, that's a lie. I still got it. Let me see if it's under this. Is this it? There we go. Let's watch this. Let's see. Me too. I love Ayala. She said, yes, I can't wait. Oh, Symmetry said she don't watch the other ones either. Me too, Terry. When I say I love Real World, it was so good. They were so authentic. Oh my God, I love Real World. I even loved, what was the one that had Flavor Flav on it? I watched every episode. And believe it or not, I used to watch Puff Daddy's show where he was Making the Band. I watched Making the Band, but it was something about, as that show kept going on, it started aggravating me and I stopped watching it. I don't even remember why I stopped watching it, but it started getting on my nerves. I was like, I'm done with this. I think it was because Puffy started mistreating them people on that show. And I was like, I'm done. Dustin Ross was asking Carlos to fight to get her show back on just this week. It will be awesome for the own there. Oh my God. When I tell you, I love Ayala and I love what she brings to the screen. I love it. Let's see if we can catch up with this and show y'all something. Hold on.
A Serenity Scroll break. When it comes to dealing with family drama, one thing I wish people knew is that it's okay to not be okay. Join me as I host a special series of episodes only on OWN.
So it premieres a week from Saturday. So the 17th of July. So we're going to review her shows. Because when I tell you, I was an avid Ayala Van Zandt, watch it, baby. I loved her show, baby. That episode she had with the young man, his mom, and he had like 7 kids, and she had them go back to back, baby. I was crying. I done shared it with everybody I knew, all my cousins, all my. In fact, I think I had my mama watch it. Everybody watching it, child. And I had my mama watching Honey Boo Boo. I love Honey Boo Boo. I don't know why, but I love June and her crazy family. On Friday nights, I used to go over to my mom's. We had dinner, and I would take her dinner. That was our night. We watched movies, and we would watch whatever the name of that show is, the Honey Boo Boo show with her mama. You know, they've changed it a couple of times. We watched that, and then we would watch a movie afterwards on Netflix. Sometimes I stay over there 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and if I come in and she was watching news and I hadn't turned it, she'd be like, "Girl, we ain't gonna watch Little Fat Girls tonight." My mama was so funny about that. We can watch her get on Little Fat Girl. I've been waiting on that. I was waiting on you to come over here so we could watch Little Fat Girl. But I love watching Honey Boo Boo. Even now, I will watch Honey Boo Boo anytime. We talked about that one. You see, I watch all Housewives, even international shows. Housewives of Cheshire is funny. Really? Is it Cheshire? Child, I just it just takes me a lot for me to get into something, and I'd be like, I don't have that much time to put into. I put a whole lot of time into. Was that Power? I think it was Power that I was into, and then they took it off and moved it to something. Baby, I was in love with Ghost and all them, and then it just went away. I was like, I can't invest in nothing else, and then they take it off again. I'd be done. I met her in person in South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina, but I attended one of her shows. Okay, you know what? I actually saw her here locally too, as well, when one of her books came out. I couldn't watch Making the Band. Puffy was horrible to them. You know, like I said, Terry, I was watching it when it first came out because I thought it was going to be great. And somewhere along the way, I just stopped watching it. Like, really, my kids would come to me and they'd be like, "Mama, so and so and so happened on Making the Band." And I was like, "Man." They'll just throw that mess in Puffy face and walk out. Because he was mean to them. He'd be having them doing some really crazy stuff. I was like, no. You said Mama June from Hot Tonight. Yes. Baby, me and my mom watch every episode. Watch every episode on Mama June, baby. You gonna cut that little fat girl on tonight? I can hear her saying that. But you know what? I am ready to see Ayala. I believe that this is going to be what we need to see. I believe that this is going to be what we really are looking for. And I believe also that if a lot of people would take some things from Ayala Van Zandt, especially the nuggets of working on yourself, the world will be a better place. Whew. You guys, I've been on here an hour, 23 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for my Married to Medicine review. I'm going to come back later this week, girl. We ain't got but Thursday and Friday, and then the week is over. But I'm going to come back either Thursday or Friday, and we're going to talk about something from our Queendom series. Thank you for coming to Lady Rose Queendom today. All you queens, all you kings, you are always welcome to come here, have a seat, relax, and let's just chit chat. I want to talk about things that affect each and every single one of us. I actually paid for StreamYard because I ran out of hours this month before my time would relapse. And I was like, let me go and just bite the bullet and do it. So I did it. So I'm here. Y'all got me. I'm gonna get my money's worth. If I put some money into something, you best believe I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of StreamYard. So I'm gonna be back. We're building this channel. I want my channel to grow. I want it to flourish. I want to reach the masses, as I have said before. I want to reach the masses. Let people know that there is something you can rejoice and be happy about, including yourself. So we're going to talk later this week about the Queendom, because one thing I want to do is be able to pour into you and you guys pour into me, because it's very important that we affirm each other as we go from day to day. 2026 is going to be an inspiring year, I believe. I believe Butterfly has pushed the vision board back a few days. I think it's this weekend, this Sunday, I believe. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's this Sunday. So get prepared to work on your vision board and get those things in place. And we're going to talk about the Queendom. If not tomorrow, it'll be on Friday. But I got some things I want to share that is nothing harsh or mean, but just want to make sure that we're on task with with who we need to be for 2026. As you see, I still have my Lowe's receipts up here because we're going to stay on Lowe's receipts back. The other day, I went on somebody's live and I put 2 laughing emojis, and I don't care if they ever apologize because I don't want no apology. I came over there because I heard you was clowning, and baby, I love a good clown show. The circus is probably hiring. You probably could get a job at the circus, or you could probably get a job down there where they clown at. I don't know. White House, they probably accepted more clowns over there besides Trump. But wherever the circus is, baby, they have a black circus, a white circus, all the circuses. Go apply at the circus if you look for a job to be a clown. You put your hat on, your wigs on, you can puff cigarettes, you can do whatever you want to do. But baby, they told me you was over there clowning, so I went over there and saw it. And baby, I was laughing with you. I was laughing at you because you funny. You funny. You funny. You real funny. But my suggestion is you go join the circus. You can probably make more money than you can on YouTube. Anywho, if no one told you today they love you, I love you. And there's a thing you can do about it, baby. And again, you don't ever have to apologize to me. Because either way you go, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Promise you, I don't care. I put that on everything I love. I don't care if you ever apologize to me. I am going to be who I'm going to be. Lady Rowe, going to be Lady Rowe. I'm going to keep traveling, baby. I'm going to Greece this year. This year, because we are already in 2026. I'm going to Greece. You think I care about what y'all? I'm going to Greece. I'm going to take y'all with me to Greece. Athens, Greece. In fact, I got my itinerary today. Let me tell you where we're going to be going in Athens. And we're going to talk about some of the trips I've gone on this year as well. Some of the trips I've gone on previously, and we're going to discuss it. I'm going to show y'all some of the things that I'm going to do. So this is my new itinerary that I just got today. 3 nights in Athens, 3 nights in the Mykonos, and 4 nights in Santorini. Santorina. Baby, I'm going to enjoy Greece. That's where I'm going to be at this year. Get your coins up. You can do just what I do. You over there that think you funny. You know, the one with no teeth or losing teeth, allegedly. Missing teeth. I don't know what you got going on, baby. All I can do is pray for you. But trust me, baby, I wasn't over there trying to get you to apologize. I just thought you was hilarious. I thought what you was doing was funny. So I put 2 little laughing emojis down there, baby. You can take it any way you want to. But here's what you can't do. You can't cash it in. You can't take it to the bank. Join the circus. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.